What's up, guys? Welcome back. OJ here. We've got a brand new video. We're talking about Final Fantasy VII Remake on the PlayStation 4. We've got some new information on battle systems, the classic mode, the new battle system Cloud. We've got new screenshots for the game and all sorts of information that you guys are going to be able to check out. Now, for this video, I wanted to focus on the battle system because that's what the gameplay is all about when it comes to Final Fantasy, is the awesome battle system in the game, detailing what you guys can expect. But if you want to see the full layout in terms of messages from the producers, also some of the character profiles, I'll have a link in the description for you guys because there is a huge info dump on this game, but we needed to get into what's important here, and that's the battling and the differences that you guys can expect in this whole reimagining of Final Fantasy VII. So we have the battle system classic mode. Classic mode can be activated by selecting classic from the difficulty menu. In classic mode, party members will act automatically with the ATB, that is active time battle gauge, filling up as they do so. In this mode, the player only needs to select which abilities, magic, and items they will use their ATB charges for. This brings the feel of the gameplay closer to the menu-based battles from the original Final Fantasy VII, but with the amazing immersive graphics of the remake. It is also possible to revert to direct control at any time during classic mode by pushing buttons on the controller. So whether you want to play as more of an action RPG with the new school style, or you want to go back to how it was before, a little bit like it back in 1997, the Final Fantasy VII Remake does have you covered. Now let's go ahead and move into more on the battle system, but with Cloud. So Cloud can attack with this sword at close range with the square button and build up combos by repeatedly pressing square. By holding square, Cloud can unleash a radial attack. Now, Cloud also has unique abilities in addition to many of the other characters in the game. So the triangle button activates each character's unique ability. Cloud's unique ability is to switch between different fighting styles. He can switch between operator mode, which has a good balance between attack and defense, and Punisher mode, which is geared heavily towards offense. In Punisher mode, Cloud's movement speed is reduced, but his basic square button attacks are upgraded to even mightier blows. The operator mode attack, Punisher mode strong. As you can see, there is a clear visual difference there. Nice radial swings to where you can have some crowd control in there. I like how they're varying things up within the new battle system, but also bringing that classic touch to what you'd expect with something this scaled with Final Fantasy VII. Now we also have abilities too. The triple slash. Cloud slashes surrounding enemies with 3 consecutive strikes. Its power increases by hitting multiple enemies. You have the blade burst, a long range attack in which Cloud fires a magical burst from his blade. Many of you guys have seen that from something like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate in recent days. You also have the weapon enhancement in this game. This is getting a little bit more into the depth that you can expect to find in this remake of Final Fantasy VII. By unlocking abilities of the core materia and weapons, they can be upgraded to increase their power. The upgrade screen for Cloud's Buster Sword, the different options allow you to improve the wielder's status or increase the number of materia slots available. Now materia, that is the magic kind of crystals or cores that they use in order to unleash more devastating attacks and add buffs and stuff to your weapon. So really good stuff there. Now we have weapon abilities. Each weapon has its own unique abilities that increase in proficiency the more they are used. When an ability's proficiency level reaches the maximum, that ability is then learned by the wielder and can be used when wielding any weapon. So I do like how it kind of transfers over there from ability to ability, really kind of putting that to where all of your work in one weapon isn't 100% gone to waste. Now let's talk a little bit more about materia, which I alluded to. Now, fire materia. Materia that allows you to use fire attribute magic such as fire. It evolves from fire to Firaga. You can see the resistances and weaknesses, making it easier to defeat them in battle. Now you also have summons in the game, which has always been a staple of the Final Fantasy franchise. While equipping summon materia, you'll be able to summon a powerful ally once the special summon gauge fills up. Summons will fight alongside you automatically on the battlefield, but you can also use your own ATB charges to have them perform special abilities. Just before they leave the fight, your ally will unleash a powerful special move. So you can fight right alongside your summons here, and it looks like they're even going to supercharge them with more abilities than before. Now you also have the Chocobo and Moogle stuff where you can travel around. They have all of that, which is always fun and interesting. And then there's a bunch of locations with new screenshots in terms of how everything looks. You guys can check out the link in the description below if you want to see all of that and the new character profiles and breakdowns. There's just so much information. But before this video ends here, I did want to go over my own opinion on this, because many of you guys think that, you know, people who've been watching my video, because I think a few months back I did a video talking about how Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition will be the best remake in 2020, and I talked about that because I felt that, well, the content in there, this game is being split up, it's not going to be all of the game, so there's that, right? Two really good games. But if you're looking at it from just this standpoint in terms of what this game is doing, you cannot deny the impressive nature of everything that they're packing into this game from a visual representation. So far, the graphics are so crisp, the graphics are so good. I think that the sound quality, just the look and the feel of everything that they're doing with this remake is top notch. Nobody can take that away from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And despite anything that I've said before in the past about the game when it comes to stuff that I didn't like with the whole splitting up of the game, and it's going to be into parts and different segments, I still feel that it's going to be an amazing RPG experience, and I'm going to be picking this game up day one, 100% day one for this game. The thing that I'm most excited to try out with this one, and I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on what you're most excited about when it comes to the Final Fantasy VII Remake, is the battle system. I talked about a little bit before what's the most important thing, and of course you have your graphics, you have your other things, you have your sound, you have all sorts of stuff, voice acting, whatever the case is. But if the battle system isn't fun, if the combat isn't fun, then it's not going to be a great game for my own experience. And I think that with this classic mode, and then they have the new school mode, it's really going to fit multiple different types of playstyles in terms of how you like to play. Now, I'm more of an old school guy myself, so I'm definitely going to try out the classic mode, but I'm also going to try out the new mode as well to see what I like more. Because if you look at it, Final Fantasy 15 had that action RPG flow, and I'll be honest, I like the old school Final Fantasies more in terms of battle system than the Final Fantasy 15. So that's kind of what they're going for, a little bit of Final Fantasy 15, little bit of, I would say, like ATB, you have that inside there, and then you also have a little bit of like maybe Kingdom Hearts kind of put into there with its own flavor or sauce when it comes to Final Fantasy and the classic styles. So I do think that they're doing a good job of this time not restricting you like Final Fantasy 15 did with the battle system and only having kind of one type of way, and they didn't add a bunch of stuff until later. But with this one, it seems like a lot of those options that were added via patches and everything will be available from day one in Final Fantasy VII Remake. So that actually makes me really excited. This is going to be more of a complete experience in terms of just combat and what they're doing there and the polish of it than what we saw with Final Fantasy 15, which was very raw and unpolished when it first dropped. Still a fun game, but felt a bit clunky for sure. Looks like they're going to shore things up with this game and saying, hey, we can't mess this up. This game needs to sell a lot of copies. I think it needs to sell, you know, something like 10 million in that range in order for it to be a success for Square Enix, considering how long it's been in development, 5 years plus. I'm almost positive that Square Enix definitely broke the bank with the development cost with Final Fantasy VII Remake, especially considering how high quality the game is. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the summons. I'm excited for the weapon enhancement and just to see everything with this awesome coat of paint, this awesome new coat of paint on here. Looks absolutely phenomenal. And despite, you know, what Xenoblade Chronicles and other games coming out in terms of that, I think this could easily be one of the best RPGs, one of the best games released in 2020, hands down. So I'm excited to see more. I'm excited to see what else they're going to do, but it's getting to that point to where it's like, hey, I just want the game to come out. I don't want to see too much. I don't want to be spoiled with everything. I just want the game to come out so I can experience it and have fun, kind of relive those 90s, but in a whole new different type of way, right? So what do you guys think about the Final Fantasy VII Remake? What is your most interesting or exciting thing about this? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Make sure you check out our brand new OJX channel as well. If you're into comedy skits and other funny gaming videos, you're definitely going to want to check that one out. I really appreciate all the new subscribers. And of course, check out the link in the description below for all the information that you need when it comes to PlayerEssence or OJX. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys for the next one.